Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Virgo. If Virgo is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Oh my goodness, come on. All right. Come on, there you go. All right, all right. Let's see what these tea leaves have to say tonight. And so our card is Virgo. It is the Five of Wands, which has to do with strife. Just what we need, right? Just what we need. And I will be saying a lot of we because I too am a solar Virgo. And I am doing this reading on the eve of my birthday. So we are fully in Virgo season. And look at this. It says we're number one right there. Proof, the universe said it. But it looks like the number one is important. So whatever that is, could be so many things. It's funny how perfect. I actually do my ones like that. I forget what it's called. What I learned when I was a kid. The school I went to. It was kind of like a charter private kind of school or whatever, and it was run by these older women, and they were wonderful. And anyways, they really stressed when we were first learning our handwriting, these kind of more technical ways to write your letters and numbers. And there was a kind of handwriting where there were loops on the letters, and I keep wanting to say it's something called like delineant, or I don't know. I have to look it up. But it was so you would learn your letters, but also begin to learn how they would go into cursive writing when we would get into the cursive. And so I still kind of put little loops on a lot of my letters, and I do the older style and the crossing through the 7 and all of that. It's just hard to unlearn some of that stuff, isn't it? That's all right. I think it looks pretty. Okay, so I see a person wearing a dress or maybe a robe. They have a little hat on, it seems. They have a large fish. They have caught a large fish. They have found a large fish. There's some kind of abundance, right? Probably an abundance of resources. It doesn't have to be money, but likely, that's usually how we purchase our fish, excuse me. But you could also say that this is knowledge, the ability to catch fish, which is a wonderful skill to have. But ultimately, in the symbols, it usually means, yes, abundance. And so I feel that you are in a place of, really feeling in your power. Personal life is going well. Work life is going well. If you are post-work, in retirement, or doing something else aside from working right now, I would say that you still have probably some decent amount of resources. You're doing okay, but also emotional and spiritual resources go along with Okay. So, where does this strife come in? I kind of see this person over here who is kind of behind. And I just feel more than anything that this is somebody who is just making things hard for you. I feel like this could be in a work environment. It could be in your personal life, family, a neighbor, you know, an associate of some kind, acquaintance. But I just feel like this person is, wow, it feels like they just don't have a lot of nice things to say. They are kind of a complainer, probably. And really the big thing for me that comes up here is this idea that while you are focusing on kind of building your life up, going about your tasks, doing, you know, honoring your responsibilities, I feel like this person does not respect your time. And kind of sometimes just being reckless, and maybe creating problems. So I wonder if maybe you are somebody who manages others in a work environment, or again within the family. Maybe you are like myself and you have some little reckless beings running around the house who are just always creating chaos. And oh, do they honor your time? I don't think so. They're on their own schedule. So I feel like, you know, this really is a feeling of being overwhelmed. Feeling like things are getting behind a little bit. There is a sense of, you know, discord and strife, feeling stressed because of this. Okay. I feel like when you get kind of under this kind of pressure, this is when you can kind of make some impulsive decisions. Maybe be reactionary, lash out, you know, say something that you don't mean, raise your voice. I don't know, fire somebody. I don't know. I've never been in management, so I don't know how easy it is to just fire somebody. But I do think that you're just kind of at your wit's end. And, you know, that makes sense. It can really kind of wear on you when, you know, this kind of energy is around. I think the big thing here is kind of sitting down and making a list, prioritizing things. I know for myself, when I come into a room that is very chaotic, there are toys all over the floor, you know, there are clothes that need to be folded, the pillows from the couch are stacked up, there are blankets, forts, and snacks, bowls of snacks everywhere, and cats on stuff, and I just cleaned this room up an hour ago. What happened? I was just in the other room wiping things down. What is going on? How did this happen? You know, and then, you know, you just start grabbing things. You had a plan before, and then you're stopping to do this, stopping to do that. And next thing you know, it's just chaos. You're off your schedule. You know, you're doing things that are not a priority just because your mind is kind of like on fire. You just, you know, are trying to manage. And it feels overwhelming. Too much stimuli. So I think that, sitting down, thinking about just doing a list quickly. What's most important, what needs to get done today. You know, what is on the schedule for, you know, your work environment or whatever. you know, what a home environment, wherever this energy is happening in your life, or maybe it's all over it. I don't know. The other big thing is, and let's see, really figuring out how to, in here, I was looking over here. We have a person who is also wearing maybe a dress or a robe. They have their arms up. They're looking to this kind of spiritual, metaphysical, you know, psychic zone up here. Heart. Maybe a little bird here flying around. So in a place of peace, a little more tranquility, serenity, maybe of gratitude, prayer, meditation, whatever. So here's the thing. Here's the hard thing. The hardest thing, maybe. Figuring out how you're going to conquer some of the things that need to be sorted. Okay. Maybe not everything, but the main things. And then when it's over, you're done with work. You're, you know, whatever that time at home, you maybe have to go run errands now or start to get ready for bed or whatever it is. Figuring out, how do we put these things down? How do we put this energy down? What can we do? What kind of mindfulness, self-soothing, distraction, what can we do to kind of wall it off for a little bit? Not always, right? We don't want to just ignore everything because it becomes a monster back there. But sometimes we do have to compartmentalize our life a little bit, right? We just have to walk away from the mess sometimes. It doesn't feel good, but you know, that's life. We're busy. And we need to get on to the next thing. And this is one of my things. I have to work on this every day. Sometimes I succeed. Sometimes I absolutely don't. Right before I started my readings, I just felt like I was going to lose it. You know, I had a kid that had sugar, trying to get her settled down to bed. All that got together, we all settled down for a little bit. And, you know, just as I was getting ready to begin my process of getting things set up for work, the cat knocks over a whole glass with the lid on. Somehow the lid came off of water on the wood floor. And, yeah, so I had to go sit in a dark room, lay down, stretch my back. I did a bunch of yard work today. So, you know, and then I came down to earth again because my anxiety was through the roof. I just thought I was not going to be able to breathe, you know. But we have to learn how to do this for ourselves. Sometimes it's our only way to self-preserve. And we live... it's increasing. I mean, we're so connected to everything all the time. So many things to do. So many responsibilities. So much information. Stimuli. Lights, bells, whistles. You know? It just is... It's so much. So we have to learn how to step away. Allow ourselves some space. We have to. And it's, you know, this is as important as getting anything else done. It doesn't always feel like it. It does not always feel like it's that important, or we have time to make it important, but ultimately, this is how we're going to live longer. This is how we're going to have a better quality of life. Stress, being overwhelmed, underslept, is the thing that is going to, you know, destroy mind, body, spirit. We have to actively work to create create smaller lives. And have time for ourselves. You know, no matter how many responsibilities we have. Continually rethinking what are actual priorities. You know. And us as Virgos, we love to take on stress. I don't know what it is about us, but we are like, it's like going to a buffet of things to do. We just add stuff on that we just can't even, we don't have time for it, but we'll do it. You know, we love to be there for people. We love to take care of people. We love to be of service to people. We like to, you know, keep things as orderly as possible and to be successful in all parts of our life. So it's a lot. We have to have that same energy about taking care of ourselves and, you know, making time to do nothing sometimes. Just do absolutely nothing. So follow your bliss, find that bliss, you know, whatever that is. And I talk a lot about the gratitude stuff. I know you probably are like, okay, this lady, she's... But really, it is so important. It opens your heart. It really does. It helps you reframe the way that you experience life. We can get into those roles of feeling like things are always being done to us, that we are victims, that we have no power, circumstances are always out of our control. Well, yeah, maybe they are to some degree, but we have to meet our challenges. We have to figure out what our reaction's going to be and how do we do better when we fail, because we're going to fail a lot, right? That's life. And it's not a bad thing to fail, because you just hopefully keep getting better, refining your process, refining your abilities, refining what actually means something to you. Failing is how we figured all that stuff out. So let's be grateful for that too, right? See, that's what the reframing is. So let's see, what else do we have? Okay, so I have a little, it looks like a little hummingbird going to some kind of flower, some kind of vining flower. They love, I think, the trumpet flowers and the marigold, or no, not marigolds, morning glories. Yeah. And so, I just, you know, I feel like once you kind of get through that chaotic feeling, I can feel it right now. Once you get through that, I feel like you're right back into that place where you are, you know, get into the good stuff, the nectar of things, you know, learning, ever taking little tidbits of love and inspiration. You love to spread that stuff around. You are also a little pollinator of love and goodwill. And so, you know, thank you for that, fellow Virgo. And then I want to look at this last one, and we're going to go to the other thing. Oh, yeah, there it is. We have a swan. Okay. Beautiful, serene, vicious when it has to be. They will bite you, those things. Very protective of their families, protective of their peace. I feel like, you know, this makes sense to the situation with the person who is not doing right by you. And ultimately, I think you just have to kind of, unless it's like super nefarious or whatever, I think, you know, for me anyways, this is how I get through a lot of that, is that I do the little bless your soul, you know, people know not what they do. Unfortunately, not everybody does not prioritize treating others well. And that comes from a place of pain, probably. It's a coping mechanism. And, being cruel, being destructive, being, not, I was going to say useless, not useless. Just, not being careful with other people's lives and feelings and, their well-being. There's nothing special about that. There's a lot of people that go out there and do that all day long. And, where there is something special is when somebody is mindful and tries to be accepting, puts that love out there, makes those boundaries. We can love people, we can care about people and still have boundaries. I can love you from afar as a human being. I can respect you as a human being. Does not mean I have to, mess with you. Period. So, I think this thing will resolve itself, but do not let it get to you. Let it go. This has nothing to do with you ultimately. This is their thing, their problem. You're just their flavor of the moment. That's how a lot of people like that operate. They go from one person to the next. So put up them boundaries. Okay. All right. So we have, I would say, it's the sun, and I feel like just a illuminating glory, right? And listen, it's our season. We're happy. We're gonna have some nice times. Hopefully you're doing something good for yourself, something fun. Thinking of yourself on your birthday, whenever that is. And, just, make it simple, easy, something that you enjoy. It does not have to be complicated. Do not overcomplicate. That's when our little feelings get hurt. And that's no good. Sorry, I'm like picking at the thing. There's like a little hair over here. Okay, so we're going to... Oh, I want to show you. This week we're using the Lightness of Being affirmation cards. These are the earth element. I've done the other three so far, and now we're doing the earth. Last week we did, I think, the air. No, water. We did water. Okay, so let's see. I'm not doing this one. I just did this one. I'm not doing it again. Sorry. Repick. Okay, divine will. Trust. Nature creates in stillness. Gently breathe this in. Surrender to unknown love. Yeah. Find that place for yourself so you can come down off of that stress. Breathe. Do the breathing exercises. They help so much. Get an app if you have a phone that can get one. Get one of those breathing apps where they just have the thing and it goes like it. Let's see, like that. That's what I think of it. It's like it gets small and it gets big. Just try it. Try it for like a week. Okay, make a little time for yourself. It helps. I would not try to steer you wrong. I promise you that. Okay, so find your stillness. Do your breathing. You're going to bloom little flowers and vines kind of growing out of everything, and a beautiful place of peace. All right. I'm going to go ahead and thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it helps us get into the algorithm and that helps us grow this channel. We're doing pretty good. I think we just surpassed 16K, and that is a big thanks to each and every one of you. That is all you, baby. Really. So thank you for that. And if you haven't subscribed, please think about doing so. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos come out. Between now and the next Virgo, you can watch your other placements, your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising, Venus for love. Well, it doesn't have to just be for love, but yeah. And cross-watching for your loved ones, crushes, kids, whatever. Other than that, if you want to leave a comment, please do. I read every single one of them. And sometimes it takes me a day or two to get back just because I do reply back to every comment. So, you know, it takes a little bit of time and focus and effort. And hopefully things will be settling down pretty soon. Once the fall sets in, I get the yard. Oh my goodness, all the leaves I'm going to be raking. It's coming. I was just thinking about it today. I was mowing and cutting back some of the flowers and stuff, and oh my goodness, all the leaves. Every year, so many leaves. But I love it. I like the colors a lot as they change. And then what else? Oh yeah, happy birthday whenever that is happening. I'm going to keep saying it, and you know, if it's your birthday, leave it in the comments. All right. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much. And we will talk again in just a few days.